G'day fellas and welcome back to another build tutorial video. In this one we're going to be creating this 100% hidden base with everything you need from a nether portal and indoor farms to a super smelter and enchanting. So as usual I'm going to do a quick tour of the base just to be sure this is something that you want to build, as it's quite an investment of time and resources. So to start off the tour we're going to have to open up the front door, and as you can see this is a completely hidden entrance. There's no indicator of a base even being here. But to open this base, what you're going to have to do is throw any item on top of this grass block here, and it's going to open the door up right here. So let's go ahead and throw a piece of dirt. You'll see it disappears, and then the piston door will activate and bring these two dirt blocks back. Now we can head inside, press this button to close the door behind us. And now we can also collect our item back from this barrel right here. So now let's continue with the rest of the base. Starting off, we have this nice entrance design with some nice greenery here. Now let's head over this way. Here we have the main storage area with a bunch of double chests, and yes, these top chests do open. Next we come over to the brewing area, and this has a bunch of storage at the top for all of your brewing storage and a bunch of brewing stands as well. You got some water here to fill up your potion bottles. We also have our first secret area under there, but I'm going to get to that towards the end of the tour. Next we have the bedroom. We also have some private storage in these chests here beside the bed, and also this cool armor stand display. Next, coming around this way, we have the crafting area with all of the crafting blocks you will need. And then heading over here, we have the smelting area. And this is actually a super smelter combined with a normal smelting area. The way that the super smelter works is you put any fuel item in here, and you'll see it starts getting sucked out. And then you also put in any smeltable item in here. And then once this is all left the chest like this, you can turn it on. And we can head inside and see how this works. So you got these two minecarts at the back that just repeatedly go back and forth, and it covers over these furnaces and just deposits in your fuel item and also your smeltable item. And then once the item is completed, it gets sucked out through this hopper and into the output chest. And this is just a quick and easy way to smelt a bunch of items that you have. And if you have items that you don't want to use in the super smelter, we have just some normal furnaces on the sides here. So next, moving on to the enchanting area. This of course reaches a full level 30, and we also got some nice little decorations here, some candles and stuff like that. Next we have our first decorative area, which is just a couple of armor stands. And then coming over this way we have our animal farm. This has 4 separated areas, so you can have 4 different types of animals at one time. Now heading over this way, we have a toggleable nether portal. And the way this works is we have a button here that activates this dispenser over here, which has a flint and steel in it, which lights the portal. And then over this one, we have a water bucket in the dispenser. So we press this button, it empties the water bucket, and then it collects it back up to turn off the portal. Now heading over this way, we have our indoor farm. This is just a small little indoor farm with just a small amount of crops that we need. We also have some storage and composters here. And this is also the second secret area as well. We'll get to that in a few seconds. Heading over this way, we have our last little section, which is another decorative area. You can of course replace these 2 decorative areas with something else that you need. I couldn't really figure out what else to put in here, so I just went with some nice decorative pieces. Now heading back over here, let's go into our first secret area. So to get in this, we need to come up this way, hold shift and crouch underneath these stairs, open this trapdoor, and then prone along across these composters here, and then open up this trapdoor, and here's our secret area. We've got a bunch of storage in here and also some crafting and some furnaces as well. Now to head back out, we just stand on top of these stairs, open the trapdoor, and just crawl our way back out this way. Next, heading over to the second secret area, all we have to do is come stand right here, open up this trapdoor, and then we swim down here. And looks like I got the wrong crop. Yeah, so like I was saying, we've got our crop farm down here with just a bunch of nether wart, and this is kind of like our brewing farm because we're pretty much underneath the brewing area. And back here we have just a little bit of storage, some composters as well. And to get out of here, we need to just go into this water column and then hold control to go into the swimming way, and we can do like a big dive out, just like that, and it feels pretty cool doing that. So that's everything in the base. If you enjoy the features and the look of this base, then just go ahead and continue to follow along with the tutorial, and we'll get started with that right now. You'll need to find a spot similar to this, where there's a big area that's raised up like this, and find a side where it dips down like right here. Over here you can see a rough footprint of the base, which is actually not too big. It has some areas like down here where it sticks out a little bit, and also back here for the super smelter. So you don't actually need that big of an area for this base. So to start off, we're going to come down to the area that we like right here. And then we're going to find a spot where we want the door. So I want mine right here. And then we're going to have to count 5 blocks to the right of that and up 1, which is where we're going to be throwing our item on to open the door. So count 5 blocks to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is also sticking out 1 and up 1 from the floor. So right here is where we're going to be throwing our item to open the door up. Next, it's time to work on the actual entrance itself and all of the redstone that goes along with that. It's not too complicated, so if you follow along with the video, you should be able to get it pretty easily. So now with our 2 blocks broken here, we're going to go in a further 4 blocks and then to the right. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then to the right by 1. Replace this stone block here with stripped spruce, and this is where we're going to be adding our button on to open the door from the inside. Next, let's head back this way, and halfway in between this area here, we're going to dig out these 2 blocks and then another 2 down here, and this is where our pistons are going to be that open the door. Now while we're here, we may as well place in all of the pistons, so it's 6 in total, so 4 like this, and then another 2 just like this, and then these 2 blocks here will be dirt. And so those 4 pistons back there will push these 4 blocks out to here, and then these 2 pistons will push these 2 dirt blocks to right here. Now it's time to create all of the redstone. So to start off, let's go into these 2 blocks here, and we're just going to create a big area inside here to work with. So now with this decently sized area open, let's come back outside and destroy this block here where our item is going to be thrown on. And then under that, let's just break these blocks until we can see our area underneath. And now we're just going to place this block back like that. If we head back inside, you can see that it was this block right here. And so underneath that, we're going to be adding a minecart with a hopper, and that's how the items are going to get collected. So what we're going to do is delete these 4 blocks here, place a hopper like this and another one just like this. Destroy that hopper because we wanted this hopper facing to the right. On top of this hopper, place a powered rail or just any normal rail, it doesn't really matter. And then also add on a minecart with a hopper. Now if we go outside and throw the item on top of this block, it will disappear just like that. And if we head back in, our item should be inside of this hopper right here. So next let's add in all of the hoppers we need to reach over to here, which is where the barrel will be and how you'll collect your item back. So going this way, we're going to delete 4 blocks just like this. And then we may as well just place in our hoppers like that. Destroy this one because it's not facing the right way. And then we're going to go 5 hoppers along this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So place in your hopper just like this. And then the rest like this. This one might be a little bit awkward to access, so you might have to destroy some grass out here. So there's all of our hoppers placed in. We may as well also add in our barrel. So just destroy this area here and come around this way. And we know the barrel is going to be right here where the hopper is connected to. So next, let's head back into our area here and remove this bottom layer of stone here as well, just to make things easier. And connected to this hopper, we're going to add a comparator facing this way, 1 redstone dust, and then we're going to add in our T flip-flop right here. So for this, grab 3 droppers. We're going to place the first one connected to the redstone dust facing upwards, then the one above that facing towards us, then the third one facing in towards this first one here. And then on this gap here, we're going to add just a hopper facing downwards. And then to finish off the T flip-flop, we're just going to place any random item into this very bottom right dropper right here. And to make sure we got everything right, we can test it. And we can do that by adding a comparator on this side right here. And then place a button right here on this bottom right dropper. And when we turn on the button, this should light up. And then when we turn it on again, it should turn off, just like that. Next, let's hook up the button to the T flip-flop so that we can turn on and off the door from the inside. So to do that, we're going to go to this block right here, which is the button itself. And on the back of that, we're going to place a redstone torch just like this. Underneath that, let's place a block here and another redstone dust on there. And then on this face, place another redstone torch. Underneath that, we'll have to add another block like this and then place some redstone dust here. And then a repeater right here where the button was, and put that on 4 ticks. The reason we add this delay is so that when we are inside and want to close the door while we're leaving, we can press it and walk out, and then it closes. If you leave this on 1 tick like this, you press it, you'll have to kind of sprint to get out in time. So it's up to you how you want to do that. And with that done, all that's left now is to link all this redstone up to the door itself so that we can open and close it. So the first thing we're going to do is look at these 2 piston blocks, and then we're going to go on this side and place a block right here. This should be in line with the bottom piston right here. And on top of this, we're going to add a repeater just like that. Next, let's head around to the other side of the T flip-flop here. And in front of this comparator, we're going to place a repeater. And then we're going to bring this redstone up along this way. And just connect it up like that. This is how it looks. It just goes up along here, along this bridge here, and then connects up to this repeater like that. Now all that's left is to connect this redstone line up here all the way over to the other side of the pistons over here. And to make that easier, we're going to come over here and let's dig all the way to behind these pistons right here. Add 2 blocks like this, and then on top of these, add some repeaters just like that. Behind them, place another 2 blocks with some redstone dust. And then we pretty much just want to link these up all the way to the other side. So what we're going to do is dig up like this, so that when we go over here, we can jump on top of this bridge. And we can just keep digging this way until we find it. And there we go. Now I've reached to where the redstone is right here. And all we have to do is just branch this off like this. Bring this redstone all the way across here. Yo, this is Future Josh here. I would actually recommend raising up these 2 redstone dusts here just by 1 block, because if it is lower here, it'll interact with this decorative trapdoor. So every time that this redstone line turns on, it'll open up this trapdoor, and it's just a little bit annoying. It's not 100% necessary, but if we raise up this redstone line by 1, you see it doesn't open up that trapdoor. We're also going to add a repeater up here, and this is set to 2 ticks just like this. And this is crucial to make sure that the piston door actually works properly. Now just bring this redstone dust down here and connect it up like that. So now with all of this redstone done, it's time to test the door. So head outside and come over to the block, chuck an item on top, and the door should close up. And then throw an item on again, and it should open. So that means that the opening mechanism is working, and now it's time to test the button. So throw a button on there, press the button, and it should close up just like that. Press it again, and it should open. Now with the door working correctly, we can cover up these 2 gaps right here, and we can get onto the rest of the tutorial. So, of course, before we can make the base, we need to clear out the giant area for the base. And to do that, we're going to head inside, and from this point here, we're going to dig up 1. And then from here, we're going to go in a line of 4 like this, and we're going to go in 14 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 13, 14. And there we go. So there's our big strip that is 14 long from that starting point. And now to the left and the right, we're going to extend this whole area out by 1. Just like that. So there's our big corridor that's 3 wide and 14 long and 4 high. Now we're just going to add in a little bit of the floor pattern just to make things easier with measuring out stuff. So we're going to replace this stone block here with a stone slab just like that. And then spaced away 1 from that, we're going to add in some stripped spruce wood just like this. And this is going to be 7 long. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then just add in your stripped spruce logs like this. And then stand on the second one, and above that we're going to add in a lantern just to brighten it up in here. And now it's time to extend to the left and the right. So let's start with the left. Stand in line with the end of this stripped spruce column right here. And from this point here, we're going to go in 16. So 1, 2, 3, 15, 16. Now, so this is 16 long. And then from the left and the right, we're going to go by 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're just going to cut out this rectangular shape right here, just like this. And then we're going to dig from here all the way in, all the way to the end there, which is going to take a while. And there we go. There's our completed area dug out. Next, onto the right side, we're going to do the exact same thing, except this time we're going to go in by 20. And there is our completed dugout area like that. So now you should have the left side and the right side and this little bit here completely dug out. So now let's finish off the floor design. Firstly, what we're going to do is extend this pillar design off to the left and to the right by 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then let's just do the same thing on the other side. And there's our completed stripped spruce wood pattern. Next, we're going to add in a checkered pattern with stone bricks. And this is only going to be in a certain area around these pillars here. So let's firstly start off in these 2 corners. We're going to place the first 2. And then the next ones are going to be down here, and then here, and then in this corner. And then from this point on, it's going to be just a pattern like this, all the way around, just surrounding this entire pillar thing. And there is our completed floor checkered pattern. Next, we're going to go ahead and place all of the interior pillar designs that are repeated across the entire build. Firstly, I'm just going to quickly place down some temporary lanterns just to brighten this area up. And so the first pillar is going to be placed right here. If you created this checkered pattern, you can come up to the corner right here and then place the first pillar right here. And these all are 4 high and go from the floor to the ceiling. And then we're going to space these apart by 5 blocks. So count 5 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then on the next one, place another pillar just like this. And then we're going to repeat this one more time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, place it here. And then we're going to do the same on the other side as well. So just line yourself up with this pillar here and place it just 1 block away from the checkered pattern and extend that to the ceiling. And then come over here, place this one and this one as well. And then just do the exact same thing on the other side. And there we go, that's what the completed pillar design should look like. Next, it's time to add on the details to all of the pillars, and these are simply just spruce stairs along all 3 sides that are exposed. And then below those stairs we're going to add trapdoors, and also connected to the stairs on the roof we're going to be adding trapdoors too. So just repeat this same design across each pillar, and I'm going to do it right now. And there we go, there's our completed pillars, and this is exactly how it should look. Now with that done, let's start placing in all of the lanterns in the correct spots. So to do that, pretty much all of the lanterns are in between the trapdoors here. So just go ahead and place all of the lanterns in between the trapdoors like this. Over on this spot, the lantern's going to be placed right here, which is just 1 block spaced away from this trapdoor here. And then just do the same thing on this side, just place all of the lanterns in between the trapdoors. And there we go, that's what our completed lanterns should look like. And now let's move on to the front entrance design. So let's start off by adding this pillar design, except it's going to be inset into the wall just like this, and do the same thing on the opposite side. Next, let's add in some stairs on the corners just here and place a trapdoor in between those. And then add another trapdoor here, and we can't put one here because of the button here, so we're just going to leave this one for now. And then this block right here, we're actually going to be placing a spruce stair block like this. And then you can just cover up this gap here with a stone block, it doesn't really matter. Next, let's extend this stone wall to the edge of the pillar here. And then in the middle of this wall here, just take a 4 block chunk out like this. At the top, we're going to place some stone stairs. And on the bottom, we're going to place some moss blocks just like this. On one side, add an azalea, and then on the other side, add a flowering azalea. It doesn't matter if they're opposites, you can do them both the same. And then for the moss block here, we're going to cover this up with a spruce trapdoor. Do this on both sides. And then either side of this, we're going to add a spruce sign just like this. And now that's our front entrance design completed. Now let's move on to the main storage area. So let's start off by taking a chunk out of this wall just like this. And this is going to be 3 blocks wide and from the floor to the roof. And then we're going to start adding in our chests. So come 1 block to the right of the pillars here. And we're just going to add 3 rows of chests just like this. And these are going to extend up to the ceiling. Now with those chests placed, let's go back behind here and cover up the backs so that we don't have this redstone showing behind them. And just cover up this wall like that. And then on either side of here, we're going to add in some stripped spruce wood. Yo, this is future Josh here. I realized while editing that these top chests can't open. To fix this, all you need to do is just destroy these top stone blocks here. I accidentally just destroyed the chest. And then just place a block here so you can get up here, and then chuck on some stone slabs just to cover up this hole in the roof. And doing this means that we can still open the chests, even though it looks like it's a full block up there. And there we go, there's our completed chest area. Next, let's move on to the brewing area. So let's start off by extending the stone walls to the edges of the pillars like this. And then on the bottom, let's add in our table. So to do this, we're going to place some spruce stairs just like this. And then on the next ones, we're going to stand over here so that they're placed like this. Next, let's place a spruce trapdoor on this block here, and then place a water bucket in here. Now, this is where our secret area is going to be, so we can dig down a few blocks, and we'll get back to this towards the end of the video. Next, let's add in our shelf for the barrels, and this is just a repeating pattern of spruce stairs and spruce slabs. And then at the top, of course, put in your barrels. Now we're going to add a little design behind here so it isn't just flat stone. So let's do a repeating pattern of stone and also stripped spruce wood just like this. Next, let's chuck on our brewing stands on these tables here. And then on this part here, we're going to put on a tripwire hook. And this just kind of looks like a tap. So now that's our brewing area completed. Next, let's move on to the bedroom. So let's first start off by creating our walls with spruce planks. So we're going to have to remove these 2 corners of the pillars here, just like this. And let's create a wall pattern like this. Leave out this row of 4 like this. And then extend this again 1 to the left. Then on this block here, place in a spruce pillar. And now let's repeat this on the other side real quick. Now with that done, let's create an O shape here with more spruce planks. Now with that done, let's start adding in all of the details. So firstly, grab some stone and place them on these 2 blocks here. And then on the bottom here, add some spruce stairs just like this. Do the same on the other side. And then at the top, just chuck in some more spruce planks just like this. And then on either side, we're going to add this design. So on this side, it's 2 pointed dripstone at the top and the bottom. And then on this side, it's an amethyst cluster on the top and the bottom as well. Next, connected to these 2 pillars, we're going to add 2 upside down spruce stairs just like this. And these are kind of like some bedside tables. And then on top of these, we're going to add a flower pot on each, and then an azalea and a flowering azalea. Next, let's go ahead and place our bed in right here. And then beside this, we're going to place 2 chests. But before we do, let's quickly add in our carpet design. So place some cyan wool just like this in a T shape that goes underneath the bed. And then we're going to place in some cyan carpet just on this area here. Now beside the bed on each side, we're going to place a chest just like that. And there's our bed design completed. Next, let's add in our armor display here. So on the back here, place in 2 shroom lights. You can also replace this with glowstone or something that's easier to obtain. Now on here, let's add in our armor stand and put in whatever armor you want. I'm going to go with some netherite. So chuck this on just like this. And now we're going to push some glass into here because you can't place glass while there's an armor stand on here. But we can push some glass in with pistons. So place some glass just like this. Come stand up here and then place 2 pistons just like this. And then behind them, place some redstone blocks. And there we go. So that's our armor stand display done. Now I just realized I forgot to add some little details up here. So up here, just place in some spruce stairs like we've done on all the other pillars. And then place in some spruce trapdoors just like that as well. And with that, our bedroom design is now done. Next, let's move on to the crafting area. And to start this off, we're going to place 2 strips of barrels just like this on either side. Then add 2 upside down spruce stairs like this. On top of these, we're going to place a grindstone like this, and then on this side, just place a stone cutter. Now in between these 2 upside down stairs, place a crafting table just like that, and place another one at the top. In between these 2, add in some anvils. Then at the top here, place in a loom and also a smithing table, and then underneath these, place in 2 spruce slabs, just like that. And there's our crafting area done. Now it's time to start off the super smelter. So let's first place in all of the stuff on the front. So firstly, add in this double chest here. Above this, we're going to place 3 trapdoors just like this. On this section right here, just destroy these 2 stone blocks and then place in a spruce door like this. Now above this spruce door, place in some spruce stairs just like this. And above that, add in a redstone lantern. We're going to have to destroy this lantern here. And then above this, destroy this 1 block here and this one as well. Place some spruce stairs like this. And then destroy all 3 of these stone blocks, and we're going to replace them with stripped spruce wood just like this. On this block here, place a lever, and this is going to be how we turn on and off the super smelter. I'm going to leave this on for now just so we have this light to brighten up the area. Next, let's add in our normal furnaces on the sides here, and these are just so we can smelt stuff without having to use the super smelter. So just place your furnaces in this orientation. Now on this side, add in 2 barrels just like this, and then add a lantern on this one here. Then come up here, and we're going to extend this spruce stair by 1 block in each side like this. And then place in a spruce slab just like this. Next, we're going to move on inside, and before we do that, let's destroy these 2 blocks here because this is where we're going to be placing our chests. So now open up the door and let's start clearing out a bit of an area just like this. Now let's add in our chests just like this on the 2 gaps here above the trapdoors. Now let's just extend this area all the way down just by a little bit. We're probably going to have to extend this even more. And let's also go 1 block into the wall like this, and then we'll go 1 block behind us as well. And also let's extend up by 2 blocks as well. Now let's start adding in our actual super smelter design, and let's start off by placing a row of hoppers connected to this bottom chest like this. Now these first 4 hoppers here are going to be taken up by the railway. So the hoppers after this are for how many furnaces you actually want in your super smelter. I'm just going to do 4 to keep it simple, but you can extend this as far as you want. So now above these first 4 hoppers, let's add in some stone blocks like this. And then let's come over to here, add 1 stone block here, and then also do this same shape down here as well. Now on top of the rest of these hoppers, let's place in our furnaces. Let's go up to the top here, and above let's place in some hoppers, and then on the back place in some hoppers just like this as well. Make sure they're all connected to the back of the furnaces properly. Now it's time to add in our rails. So come back here, destroy these two blocks, and on here we're going to be placing some levers just like this, and this is going to be to power the rails down here. Now let's extend this rail all the way down here, and then connect it up to underneath this chest here with another powered rail just like that. Now under here we're going to do a similar thing. Extend this stone all the way to the edge of this hopper here. Place in your rail, and you'll see this tends to happen. So to get around this, just destroy that, and then instead place your rail like this first, and then place this powered rail, and that way these two don't connect up. Now let's just extend this to the end here, and there's our rails added in. Now we need to add a way for this lever to turn on and off these powered rails here. So firstly what we're going to do is add 2 stone blocks here, and then on this side add 2 stone blocks here as well. Now let's hook up this side first. So on these 2 blocks let's place some redstone dust like this. Now let's extend this roof up a little bit more, and thankfully we have a cave up here which makes it a little bit easier. So now our lever is right above here. If we place a redstone dust, you'll see it's on because we have the lever on right now. Now let's extend this redstone over this way, and we just need to connect it up here. So to do that, we're going to place in a stone block just like this, and then above that we're actually going to place a bookshelf because a bookshelf is going to be in the way here. And when we add in our enchanting area next, it's going to destroy the redstone above it. So let's just place in a bookshelf real quick. And so that bookshelf is right there, just like that. And now let's add in our redstone up here, and then just connect it up like this. And now you'll see our rail turns on just like this. And now let's hook up at the left side. This one is a lot easier. All you have to do is just add some redstone like this. And there we go. There's our rail. So now if we come over here, turn off this lever, these 2 rails should now be off. And there we go. They're both off. That's how we know it's going to work. So now the last thing to do is to just cover up this gap here. So let's just come back around this way. I'm just going to use a bookshelf to jump up there real quick. And on here, just place a backwards stair block like this. Now this chest is of course still openable with this stair block above it. So now just come around to the front, and you should see this gap is now completely covered up. There's of course a gap here, but this is going to be filled in with bookshelves just in a second when we get around to there. So now the last thing we need to add is just our minecarts with hoppers. So just place these on these 2 blocks right here. And now if we come around to the front, this chest here is where we're going to add in our fuel. And you can see this is getting taken away. And this chest is where we're going to add in our raw iron, or whatever smeltable item you have. And now if we turn the lever on, you can see these minecarts will head over this way, and they'll start filling up the furnaces with iron and also coal. And then once we get a piece of iron smelted, it should get sucked out of here straight away, and we should have our iron in our output chest right here. And there we go. So that's our super smelter completed, and now it's time to head over to the enchanting area. So let's first grab some bookshelves and fill in this area here with bookshelves, and also do the same thing on the other side as well. Destroy this stone here to place in our bookshelves. And now let's fill up the back wall, and we're just going to leave a gap in the middle just like this. Now place on some spruce stairs like this, and then also add a stripped spruce wood block right here. Now on this bookshelf, place on a couple of blue candles just like that, and then place in your enchanting table right there. And this of course reaches a full level 30 as well. So now with that done, let's head over to the first decoration section right here. So firstly, let's add some stripped spruce pillars just on the sides here. And then at the top, let's place some stairs like this, and then a slab in between those. And on the bottom, place some more stairs and 2 slabs just like this. Now on the top of each of these, we're going to place on a armor stand. Now you can see we can't place this one, so we're going to have to remove this slab temporarily. Place that on, and then place your slab back on top like that. And then just fill up all of these armor stands with whatever armor you want. I'm going to do that real quick right now. And there we go. So there's our armor stand display done. Now let's move on to the animal farm section. So to start off this area, we're going to do a little bit more excavating. So firstly, let's dig in a strip that is 11 deep from this starting area here. So this is 1, 2, 3, 11. And then we're also going to extend either side by 3. So 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. And then just repeat this shape all the way through till the end. And there's our completed excavated area. Next, let's add in some stone just along here and do the same on the other side as well. And now let's replace this entire floor of stone with grass. And there's our completed grass all added in. Next, let's add in our airlock. So firstly, we're going to place 2 spruce fences just like this, and then do the same on the other side as well, and then add another 2 in the center just like this. Now in these 2 gaps, we're going to fill them up with some spruce fence gates, and this is so we can enter in like this and then not have to worry about animals escaping out. Next, we're going to divide this room into 4 separate sections. So to do that, we're going to add in some spruce fences like this. We're going to add 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to add another 5 with a gap like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to add another fence here, and then another 2 just on the sides like this. In these 2 gaps, we're going to add some spruce fence gates just like that. And then in the center here, we're going to place just a bunch of barrels, and this is going to be like our storage area for in here. Next, let's add our lanterns on because it's getting a bit dark in here. So stand in the center of this grass area right here and place a lantern up there. We're going to do the same on the other side as well, so just head around this way and then place your lantern right there. Do the same on these 2 as well, and the other one right there. Now let's add in all of the wall designs and details. Firstly, destroy these 4 stone blocks here and replace them with some stripped spruce. Then add a stair block right here and another one here, and place a slab in between them. Now let's extend these slabs all the way to the corners like this, and in the corners make it a whole block like this. Now over here, let's add in another strip of stripped spruce wood just like this and place a stair block there. Then on this corner, do the same thing as this side. Now heading over here, let's add some more slabs just like this, and then right here put a stair block. Now we're just going to mirror this on the other side. And there we go, there's our completed animal pen. All that's left now is to just fill this up with animals. I'm not going to do that because they're going to be loud and obnoxious during the rest of the video. So with that, now it's time to head over to the Nether portal. So starting off, let's add some barrels adjacent to these pillars right here. Also remove this little extra bit here, and extend these barrels all the way up to the roof just like this. Now, 1 block to the right of that, place in another stripped spruce pillar just like this on each side. Now let's add in our Nether portal. So destroy 5 blocks along here and place in the obsidian. And then on these blocks, extend the obsidian up to the roof like this. And then along the top, destroy these 5 stone blocks and place them in just like that. Now in these 2 corners, let's place in a dispenser. Then add some buttons on right here on each side. In here, let's add some spruce fences and a spruce fence gate. This is to hold the water that turns off the actual portal itself. And then up here, let's place in some spruce stairs, and in between them, a spruce trapdoor. Now it's time to hook up the buttons to the dispensers so that they can turn on and off the portal. So firstly, let's link up the easy side. So open up the spruce fence gate and come in here. Let's go around this way, and then we know this block right here is where the button's connected to, so let's connect this up to the dispenser that's up here. And all we have to do that is place in some redstone right here, bring this up along this way, and let's destroy a couple more stone blocks so we can get up in here. Place some redstone there, and then just link this up to the dispenser like this. To test this out, let's chuck in some flint and steel in there, and then let's head back around this way and press the button, and it should light up the portal just like this. Now let's just cover up the hole that we made, and it's time to now hook up the left side. So let's make another hole right here and go around to the button over here. Place a stone block and our redstone on like that. Now let's go up this way towards where the dispenser is, which is right here. Now what we're going to do is destroy a little bit more stone along here. Let's bring this redstone up this way. And then we're going to connect the redstone up here, and then we're also going to branch it off over this way. So what we're going to do is place 3 repeaters just like this, and these are all going to be set to the maximum delay. And then we're going to bring this back around into the dispenser. And this is so that when we press the button, it turns on the dispenser and it empties out the water. And then this will come around here, and then it'll turn on the dispenser again and turn off the water. So to test this, let's add in a water bucket just like this. And also just notice that I missed a piece of redstone here, so connect that up like that. Now if we press the button, it should empty the water, and then it should close it back up again. Now let's patch up this hole once again, and now our nether portal is completed. Next, let's move on to the small indoor farm. We're going to have to excavate a small area once again, and to excavate this area, let's go in by 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to extend this to the left by 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then once again, just extend this shape all the way to the end like that. So there's our completed excavated area. Now let's add in some stone connected to these two pillars just like this. Now in these areas here, we're going to add some water, but we don't want this to spill out everywhere because it's just going to be annoying. So let's quickly place some blocks like this and then place the water in and then cover that up with some farmland just like that. And extend this all the way into the corner like this. And just do the same thing on the other side. Now let's add some stair blocks on in the middle right here and do the same on the other side. And then we're going to cover up these two exposed dirt blocks right here with just some spruce trapdoors. Now let's add in a little pillar design. So line yourself up with the first stair block and destroy the 3 stone blocks like this. And then replace them with some stripped spruce wood. Then in the corners add a spruce stair block and then also add in these trapdoors just like this. Do the same on the other side. Now let's add in our shelf for the barrels. So in these 2 corners here, add in some spruce stairs, and then in the middle add another one. Connect them up using some slabs, and then fill up the top with barrels, just like this. Now underneath it, let's add in 3 composters in a row, and also below this stair block right here, add in a trapdoor. And this is where our next secret area is going to be, so destroy a couple of blocks in here just to make things easier. Next, let's add in our lantern. Just line yourself up with these pillars here and place it in the middle. And then we can plant all of our crops in here. It's up to you what you want to plant. I'm just planting wheat and carrots. And there's our farm area completed. Now it's time to move on to the very final section, which is also another decorative section. Feel free to replace this section or this section with something else that's useful. I couldn't figure out what else to add in here, so I just chose to add some decorative stuff in. So starting off on this area, let's place 3 stair blocks just like this. And then up here we'll add another 2. Now we're going to fill this up with a bunch of barrels like this. And it's kind of in like a checkerboard pattern. Now we're going to fill up all of these gaps with some details. So in the first one here, place on a pot and place in a flowering azalea. Now in the next one, add in a couple of candles and also light them up. In the next section, add in an amethyst cluster. Then in the next one, add another flower pot with a blue orchid. And then in the last one, another flower pot with a spruce sapling. And with that, all of our sections are now done. It's up to you if you want to add in the secret areas, but we're going to get to them right now, and starting with this one. So to get under this trapdoor, you need to come up along here, hold shift and get under these stairs, and then stand along this composter right here. Open the trapdoor, and then you'll be put into the prone position. Crawl along here, because if you don't, you'll fall into there and you'll have to break this block. Now heading inside, we're going to have to do a little bit more excavating, so just remove some of these stone blocks here. Now right here we're going to add some spruce stairs and then also add in another trapdoor just like this that we can open and close to get back out of our secret area. Now let's do a little bit more excavation. Just extend this way and this way by 1 block and then extend this way by 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and then just extend this shape all the way down. Now let's add some spruce pillars in the corners like this. And then spaced 3 apart from this, let's place some more spruce pillars, just like this. In the center here, let's add in a lantern because it's getting a bit dark. Now in between each of these, we're going to add some spruce stairs in each corner. And then also place some trapdoors in all of these exposed faces like this. On this side here, we're just going to add 1 spruce stair like that. And then just repeat this design over all of these sections right here. Now with that done, it's time to fill up our areas. So in here, just extend 2 blocks in like this. And on both of these sides, do that same thing. And we're going to be adding chests on these sides. And to make this easier, we're going to come around this way. Destroy a couple of these blocks like this. And then let's just place in a bunch of double chests all along here. So there we go, there's our filled in chests like this. And let's just do this on the other side real quick. So there's our chests filled in. Let's cover in this wall right here, just so there isn't a gap there. Now in this section right here, we're just going to do a ring of furnaces and then a crafting table in the center. And there's our first secret area completed. So now let's head out and let's head over to the next one. So for this secret area, what we're going to do is stand right here and open this trapdoor. Now this one actually opens up the wrong way, so I'm going to have to fix this up real quick. And to do that, I'm going to place a trapdoor right here, destroy this one real quick, and place another one right here. Close that up, destroy this trapdoor, and now we can open this and we'll be placed into the prone position. Now we can swim down, and we want this to go down by 4 blocks. So right now this is 3, we just need to go down by 1 more. And then we can start destroying some blocks here. Destroy another one down so that the water doesn't overflow and it just gets annoying trying to build. So So there we go. Now we're going to go this way by 14 blocks. So we've already done 1 here. So now let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 14. Now we're just going to extend this either side by 2 blocks. So come all the way back to the water stream and go 2 blocks on this side and 2 blocks on this side. And then of course, again, just extend this shape all the way down to the end. So there's our finished excavated area. Next, let's add in all the pillars. So in these 2 corners, let's add some stripped spruce wood just like this. And now these pillars are spaced apart by 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then place the next one. And there's 4 pillars in total on each side. So let's add another 2, just like this. And now let's repeat this on the other side. Now with that done, let's add in our lights. I'm using shroom lights, but you can do whatever block is easiest. Now these are in the center of all of these pillar blocks, just like this, all the way along. Now with that done, let's add the details to all of our pillars. So in between all of these pillars, just add this design right here. Now we're just going to quickly repeat this across all of the pillars. Now with that done, let's again repeat this same design, but instead between each side. So just like this, add in the design. Now with that done, while we're at the end here, let's add in all of the barrels and composters. So firstly, extend this pillar out by 1 block on either side. Now along the bottom, add in some composters. Above that, some upside down spruce stairs and a spruce slab. Replace this stone block here with a stripped spruce wood block. And then above here, just fill this in with barrels. Now it's time to add in the crops of your choice. I'm going to go with some nether warts just because it's underneath the brewing area already, and this can just be the area where we farm all of the nether warts. So place in your farmland, and you can put a water in right here if you need to, but soul sand doesn't need water, so I'm not going to bother with that. Now on all of these exposed faces, just cover them up with some spruce trapdoors. And then finally, just plant your crop of choice into each little section here. And with that, our secret area is now done. To get out of here, you need to go up the stream, and then you need to hold control to get into swimming mode. Then come up here. You can either do like a big jump out, or you can open up the trapdoor. I like to do the jump because it feels cool. And now with that, the entire base has now been completed. So if you enjoyed this tutorial and you enjoyed the build, be sure to leave a like as it helps this video reach more people. And also feel free to subscribe as well for future tutorials just like this one. And thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next video.